Now in our very first story, as the nation mourns the over 60 people who perished in 2 road accidents last Friday, the question on the minds of many is how long such bloodshed would continue without concrete measures to stop it.
Aside the drivers who have often been blamed for speeding and reckless driving, whose responsibility is it to ensure that all the other factors are addressed? City News' Ni Ama has been finding out.
Our roads are no longer safe. According to the World Health Organization, road accidents are among the top 10 leading causes of death in Ghana. It estimates that about 33 people out of every 100,000 of the Ghanaian population will die through road accidents. Just last Friday, 62 lives were lost in 2 major accidents on the Mankasim and Kintampo roads. Several others were also left injured, probably maimed for life. Since then, the conversation about road safety has been rekindled.
We need to get to the stage where the commission or the authority may be able to sanction public transport service providers for lapses in their operational standards.
Currently, the Accra Cape Coast Road tops with the number of vehicle-related deaths. Between 2004 and 2011, 7,000 people perished on that stretch. The Kintampo Tamale Road alone also recorded more than 2,000 casualties within the same period. It is not surprising that these roads form part of the 7 most dangerous highways identified in the country. The others are the Accra Flower Road, Temahohoi Road, Kumasi Techiman Road, Takoradi Elubu Road, and the Tamale Bolga Road, which have altogether recorded over 16,000 casualties. What is to account for these otherwise avoidable deaths?
Now, Member of Parliament for Kumbungu, Ras Mubarak, has backed public outrage over Parliament's failure to recognize the victims of last Friday's accidents in Ghana.
According to the Kumbungu MP, it was unacceptable for Parliament to have paid a minute's silence to victims of Cyclone Addo in Mozambique, as well as victims of the shooting incidents in New Zealand, without doing same for victims of the 3 accidents that claimed almost 90 lives in Ghana. City News' Hansing Ajiman has more in this report.
Members of the House, through their statements, showed solidarity to victims of the Cyclone Addo disaster that led to the death of about 700 people and left hundreds displaced in Mozambique, Malawi, and Zimbabwe. There were also commiserating messages for victims of the shooting incident in New Zealand that claimed about 50 lives and left 50 injured. A minute's silence was also observed in honor of the persons who died as a result of these 2 incidents. This has, however, been met with a backlash among a number of Ghanaians who have criticized Parliament over their silence for victims of 3 separate road accidents that have claimed nearly 90 lives and left several others injured. MP for Kumbungu, Ras Mubarak, who was at the Public and Accounts Committee hearing at the time of the comments on the floor, said the silence of Parliament on the accident victims was unacceptable.
If that was not done, if we didn't observe a minute silent, if no statement was made, then it exposes us as a people who are completely out of touch. 70 of your countrymen and women perish. The House of Parliament, which is an embodiment of all the people of Ghana, and we can't spend a minute to say a prayer.
To some other stories, and President Akufo-Addo is hopeful Ghana will never go back to the International Monetary Fund, IMF, to seek a bailout. The president says measures and programs put in place by his administration will ensure that Ghana does not retrogress. The president was speaking at a meeting with the vice president of the World Bank, Dr. Hafiz Ghanem. City News' Samiri Afe has more.
The World Bank Vice President, Dr. Hafiz Ghanem, is in Accra to meet senior government officials on Ghana's exit from the IMF program, which began in 2015. The Executive Board of the International Monetary Fund in April 2015 approved a 3-year arrangement under the extended credit facility of $925 million for Ghana. The program was aimed at ensuring debt sustainability and macroeconomic stability to foster a return to higher growth and job creation while protecting social spending. The program came to an end this month, and Ghana will receive a surplus cash of $185 million from the IMF. President Akufo-Addo says though the program has been helpful, Ghana has no plans of going back to the IMF for a bailout. He says measures are being put in place to address the many challenges facing the economy.
Well, we're looking now to take some of the measures that will enable our economy to, if you like, grow itself.
To some energy stories, and the Minister of Energy, John Peter Amewu, says a committee will be set up to investigate circumstances leading to the hacking of a grid-core transmission tower in Tema. The Ghana Grid Company had one of its main transmission towers damaged earlier on Monday, which resulted in the interruption of power to some areas across the country.
The sector minister this afternoon visited the site with a team of technicians to assess the level of damage. City News' Tema correspondent Elvis Washington has more in this report.
At the time City News got to the plant, a team of investigators from the crime scene department of the Ghana Police Service were at the scene assessing the situation. The bolts and nuts that held the tower were hacked from its stand, compelling the tower to fall on another tower on the opposite side. A hacksaw was seen at the site, although it is unclear that was what might have been used in the hacking of the tower. The Director of Systems Operations at Gridco, Mark Ban, in an interview with City News, noted that the collapsed tower is an important transmission line which takes power from the Volta and Smelter substations within the industrial area. He said a team of technicians from Gridco are actually working hard to get the damaged tower fixed, while an assessment is done on the other towers within the enclave. He added that though the damaged tower so far has not had any major effect on power transmission, it is likely that some challenges might arise in the supply of power during peak period.
The National Theatre was filled on Saturday as indigenous highlife music was celebrated in an extraordinary style at this year's Music of Ghanaian Origin concert, Mogu.
Patrons of the annual concert were kept on their feet throughout the event as the artists dazzled them with amazing performance. But Frima, it was an amazing night.
I mean, from start to finish.
Brilliant.
You know, I go for events, but Charlie, Mogu was something else. And the musicians, I mean, they were on top of their game, you know.
Performance after one great performance.
So, what was your highlight, you know, for the night?
Wow. I loved Akwabo's set. I loved how he carried himself. I thought Kwabena was brilliant as well. You know, his costume was a little funny. But I loved the set as well.
Yeah.
So those two really caught my attention. Kwabena and Akwabo. Adani Best was absolutely fantastic. And I loved Keke Kabobo's trainers.
Oh, yeah. The challenge. The trainers was awesome.